Hey everyone, this is the Details and Salt podcast. I am your host, Mauricio Florian. A little bit about myself and what this podcast will be about. I am 26 years old from Boston, Massachusetts, and been cancer-free for 15 years. This podcast will include other motivational and influential people providing their insight in life. Hope you stay to listening. Welcome back. This is episode 2, part 1 of my conversation with Robert Nichols. This episode was recorded for his podcast called The Flipper's Playbook, but I wanted to share this with you guys so you have a better understanding for who I am. I hope you stay tuned and enjoy the episode.
I'm here with Mauricio Florian today. We're doing another episode of Flipper's Playbook live. He didn't know he was going to be on my podcast today, but Mauricio, tell the people what you're all about. Come on, man. Let them know.
I'm Mauricio Florian, commercial agent, jack of all trades.
There you go. They can't see you. So you can't be nervous. You can't say they're looking at me. I'm the only one looking at you, and I'm looking at you every day.
Yeah.
So what inspires you, man? What inspired you to get into real estate?
Just helping people, small businesses create something that they may not have thought to be able to do.
Gotcha, man. No, that's a great role. It's very novel of you to get into real estate, to empower others to do something they didn't think they could do. Because I think as the leaders in the community and as folks who are from Boston, it's on us, especially if we know real estate, to carry that next generation up with us. You agree?
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Nice, man. Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Dorchester.
Dorchester, what part?
In Columbia Road.
Dirty Dorchester, Columbia Road.
Yeah.
You heard it here, folks, guys. Now, we actually grew up in the same neighborhood. I grew up literally across the street. I was about 20 years older than him. Yeah. But not quite 20.
He used to bully me. So.
Yeah. Never a bully. Only a supporter. But, no, growing up here in Boston, no, definitely it allows you to see a lot of different lifestyles and people from a lot of different walks of life. So tell me about, your high school, kind of after high school, what you did next. Like, give me a breakdown, man. The people want to know who you are. Give them a little bit more.
Yeah, so I graduated Jeremiah E. Burke High School 2012. After 2012, I was in between jobs. I was trying to figure out exactly what I wanted to do. And then a family, my cousin-in-law, referred me to Rob. And to be honest with you, I didn't want to do it. Primarily because it was an internship, unpaid. I was like, what am I going to do with this? I'm trying to get money. But something in my gut told me to do the interview and call him. I did the interview. Rob seen something in me that I didn't see myself at the time. Fast forward 7 years later, here I am, still with the same friendship that I have with Rob, and I'm always appreciative.
Good stuff, man. Appreciate you sharing that. One quote I'm going to share with you and all the listeners out there. The best things in life are free. You see, you initially heard free internship, and as a young buck at age 19, you're like, free? I need to make some money. You know what I mean? I got to have this lifestyle, trying to be this young entrepreneur and do my thing, get into business. But at the end of the day, guys, you have to first and foremost invest in yourself. And the most important way to invest in yourself is to get educated, is to get mentored, is to seek an apprenticeship if you can find one. I recently did a video in a podcast about mentorship and how Stop Crying for a Mentor was the title of it. And it's because people don't take the time to invest in themselves first. Mentors are best served when you have an issue, when you have a problem. You can now seek a mentor's guidance to get over that obstacle and get to that next phase of your business or that next phase of your life. And so, Mauricio, you being with me, I think you got an apprenticeship, which showed you a lot of different scenarios. And so, you were able to kind of now assess, now that you've gone on your own to become a lender, a commercial real estate agent, or as a residential agent as well, you were able to kind of assess what makes the most sense for you, man. So from that perspective, tell me a little bit about, just took a quick advertising break and we're back to it. And we're back to it. I wanted to ask you, I call him Junior. His name's Mauricio Florian, but I call him Junior. So when you decided, you were my office administrator for how many years?
About 7 years.
So 7 years as an office administrator. And one day I told him, I said, you know what? It's time for the birdie to fly the coop, man. It's time for you to leave the nest, brother, and get out here and spread your wings and leverage those skills that you learned all these years. And you looked at me like I must have been crazy. He's like, what? What are you talking about, man? I'm good. I'm comfortable. I'm happy. I'm like, nah, brother. You got to figure it out, man. Trust me. You got way too many skills to be here in this role for all this time. And now it's time for you to move on and do what you got to do. So first and foremost, tell me how you felt when I gave you that news. And secondly, how do you feel after being out here now for how long?
About 3 months.
Tell us how you feel.
Yeah, so obviously I was like, yo, like I'm gonna have to look for a 9 to 5. I've been to a multiple type of 9 to 5 jobs that I hated, and I was like, I'm gonna have to go back to Ace Hardware. It used to be a hardware store that I worked in Charlestown, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to go back to that. But I don't even fully like comfortability is a killer.
Say it again. Being comfortable is a what?
Is a killer.
There you
like
go.
For real, because after being in this space for full time for 3 months, I've been extremely busy, a lot less stressed, and like just happier on like how like if I put in the work, where my life will go.
And you've already closed a deal, couple deals, right?
I'm working on a few other things, but I closed a Harmony deal so far.
Right, that was 2 loans. You just closed a residential deal as well, correct?
Yeah, it's pending though.
Pending,
yeah.
pending, yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I'm working with other Harmony borrowers too, so a lot of stuff coming for 2020.
And how old are you now? Let the people know, man.
I'm 26.
26 years young, guys, and out here in hard money, doing residential real estate, doing commercial real estate, guys. Started me when he was 19, and that's young, man. I mean, a lot of kids is just finishing up college, going to grad school, and just starting their careers. You've already got a foundation of skills that you can leverage to be out here and make money on your terms, Junior. And you don't know how many people wish they had that. And so your story is an inspiration to all these young people out here who want to find a pathway to making money on their own without going to the corporate route or the college route, because college isn't for everybody. You agree with that?
Nah, yeah, 100%. I tried to do college. I won when I was 19, and I was like, I know what I want to do. Why am I even in this class?
Yep, exactly. And at the end of the day, if you figure out there's a path or something you want to pursue and learn, I always advocate to go to school to do it. But if you're undecided and you don't really know what you want out of life, there's no reason for you to not start thinking about being an entrepreneur, getting into real estate and getting a foundation. Because the thing about the real estate industry is very broad, and there's a lot of different ways you can leverage your personality and your skills to make a living for yourself. So definitely, thank you for taking the time to meet with me. I know it was a quick podcast. You didn't even know you were going to be on a podcast today, man, but you just happened to walk into the right room at the right time, according to me. You might think the wrong room at the wrong time, but trust me, your story will inspire others, man. Any final thoughts you want to leave with these folks out here who are listening to this?
I just want to speak for the future listeners. Your host, Robert Nichols, it has been such an inspiration for me as a friend and as a mentor. And I hope you guys take his advice to heart, because he's very knowledgeable.
Appreciate that, man. I want to thank you for being an inspiration for so many others and for really going out here and challenging yourself. You could have went and got that 9 to 5, man. You could have taken that paycheck, but you decided, you know what? Let me give this a shot. And I commend you for that, because that takes courage. It takes determination. It takes perseverance. You've been out here 3 months hardcore. You closed your first deals recently. You got a lot more to come. I can guarantee you that, as long as you don't stop, as long as you keep putting in the work, man. So thank you for your time today and being on the podcast. Even though you didn't know you were going to be on it, we're here basically like on a street corner podcast today, but it's all good. The message needs to get out there, and I'm not ever going to let anything stop the message from getting out there to folks to really continue to help you and be inspired, to help you grow, and to help you transform your life, guys. Thank you for listening in. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe this and share this to anyone you feel will benefit from this information. Thanks again for listening in, and stay tuned for more.